properties to help counteract that, y'all. All right, y'all, moving on to our very newest segment of the show. This is a segment we should have started way way long ago, and it started way back. We have a saying called "Send them to Turkey." We covered a story that in Turkey they will send people to jail even if they look homosexual. If you look homosexual, act homosexual, they actually will send you to jail. So Turkey has one of the strictest laws that we've heard all around. So we have a new segment called "Send them to Turkey or Nah," episode 167, and we introducing it again in the gauge in the chat. Y'all hit them likes, hit them 100s, hit them likes, hit them 100, y'all. All right, send them to Turkey or nah. All right, Sierra, she interrupted a Jim Jones interview and and pretty much brought up his relationship with long time girlfriend Chris. Even though she was coming from a good place, you could tell Jim Jones was a bit uncomfortable. Your relationship is not somewhere you will want to put on the airwaves if you're there talking about music and then you get interrupted from that. Again, I'm pretty sure she was coming from a good place. But send Sierra to Turkey or nah because she did that.
Yeah, send her to Turkey. Mind your business.
I love that. I love that. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. I agree with you. Send her to Turkey. Send her to Turkey because for me, if I'm Jim Jones, he answered that very well actually. But I don't think he said what he was truly thinking. For me personally, I would have said, I know you coming from a good place, but this is not the time or place to do that.
She not coming from a good place because you know better. You're not new to this. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So no, you're not coming from. I disagree with that. I believe that these people been in entertainment for about 20 years and better. So you know what you're doing.
That's true.
You know what you're doing.
Now that I think about it, you make an excellent point. You make an excellent point. The things that she said, about the symbolism of what people like her feels about Jim Jones and Chrissy and how it looks. So I guess I'm saying she was coming from a good place to be nice, but hey, Senator Turkey, man, she was still
and not only that, we in a phase now where the fronting is over. Like you just see it with also Papoose and Remy. People like stop putting people on a pedestal, man. These people have the same problems as everybody else. You understand?
Yeah.
There's nothing special about nobody relationship. Start having people relationship on a pedestal like this is it's all fake. They go through the same problems that you do, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that, bro. I love that. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next one. Send the BET awards to Turkey or nah.
Yeah, send the BET awards to Turkey too.
I'm right there. The past BET awards was somewhat decent. It was somewhat decent, but I'm saying send them to Turkey because they still missed on a lot of marks. One, I didn't know the BET awards was on until I was on TikTok watching Kai Cenat stream, and he's at I'm like, BET Awards is on? And then when you see some of the things going on at the BET Awards that I do like, I like the fact that we could get together and look fly and congregate and share ideas, right? But then there's still a disconnect with the BET Awards that's not connecting with the rest of us as far as melanated people. We didn't even know that it was on. And then secondly, the treatment of the new guys, the new upcomers like Talil, he's another streamer that normally with Kai Cenat. He was getting a hell of a treatment just getting in to do the red carpet with his niece. And they had confirmed that he was supposed to do it, but all of a sudden he gets there with his niece and now he can't get the treatment that he was supposed to get, even though he got the badge and the credentials. He got to wait for Kai Cenat to come to get him through and all this.
But when I watch the BET Awards, I want to see musicians, not gamers. I want to see musicians, not podcasters. Like that's why I say this is a new era. I'm not even interested in the BET Awards anymore. It's like I don't want to watch podcasters get awards and and gamers. I'm not into that. Like the music business is under attack. Like I don't want to watch. I already see them on YouTube 24 hours a day. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I don't want, I want to hear music.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to see performances. You understand? That's what made BET fly back in the day.
That's a fact, bro. The BET Awards back in the day. Those performances was so amazing. Was absolutely
Hmm.
amazing. And now, I mean, outside of Glorilla's performance,
Hmm.
and I would give credit due to the performance of Luke James, the brother that sung in Sinners, and then they had another guy I can't think of his name. They did a great job in their show, but everybody
Hmm.
not memorable. So
I haven't watched it in a long time. I haven't been excited about the BET Awards in a long time.
mhm.
Sorry.
I agree. I agree with that. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next one. Uh Maury Pollard shot and killed former friend and his father at his friend's graduation in Richmond, Virginia. Send him to Turkey or nah?
Which, of course, set him to Turkey. Sent him, yeah,
And I gotta
yeah.
be careful because Richmond, Virginia is where my mother's family is originated. I have Pollards in my family. I hope and pray that this young man is a Pollard from another family and not a Pollard from my family. His name is Maury Pollard, and he shot and killed a former friend. His mother, the mother of the victim, said that she doesn't understand it. This young man spent the night at my house. He ate my food. Him and my son was actually friends. I agree with you. Send him to Turkey. He needs to
Yeah.
go there for life, and to do that to do that period, do that at the graduation and dad.
At
That's
a graduation with parents there, like these people is crazy. Like, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I'm from a different generation. Like, a lot of these people are crazy today. You hear me?
yeah. And then I think the biggest thing is that there's not enough cautionary tale, and like the big brothers of this new era, we did a bad job in not giving back to this new era, not letting them see real consequences. Because when we was outside, we was facing real consequences. But we also like I like to think that my mom and my dad saved my life and my mentality. Because my mom used to say this to me all the time. She said the only thing I'm worried about is when you let the devil speak to your spirit, the devil wins. And what she meant by that is I had a propensity for violence. If I'm around violence, I'm going to be violent. That's not what I want because I'm from that. I want something different. So if I'm in positive environment, then I'm going to be positive. So, and people don't understand that. Like, well, if you're in that type of environment, then why would you have to be? Because you have to have that type of mentality to make it out. When people see you as an easy mark, then they're going to try you. But you have to become something to make it out of something. So I'm glad my parents always instilled in me, even as I got older, that I have something to lose. I had my daughter very early, so they say, "Hey, you want to be around for your daughter to grow up, don't you? Hey, you may want to think twice because you play football. You got this going on. You got that going on. You got something to live for." And I think a lot of these kids that are making these decisions that are crashing out is not understanding consequence, not understanding that they really have something to live for.
Well, we in an era now where I don't even blame the parents. I just think there's too many people in everybody's ear. Like even the internet. I think the internet is one of the sole reasons for society breakdown. Between COVID, the way they handled that, and the internet, now everyone has a platform to say anything. These kids just could tune into who they want to listen to instead of the truth. And I just feel like we're in a different time where everyone's in everyone's ear. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone doesn't fact check. Everyone just says what's on their mind. I'm saying, and we're living no one. we don't even need each other anymore. Every alternate reality. You understand what I'm trying to say? Everyone's just into their self, they into their phone, they into their social media, they're into, you know. So we in a different time. Back in the day, we all went outside, we played, we had I haven't seen kids go outside play two-hand touch. There's certain things that's never going to happen again. You don't see kids playing skelly on the floor. You don't see kids roller skating up and down the block. You don't see kids on a bicycle. Everybody got a game system. Everybody has some type of alternate reality in their house where their kid doesn't go outside at all, intermingle. Everything's online. They don't need to go outside and intermingle. There's no nature intelligence. There's no uh critical thinking. There's no survival instincts. And this is going to be the future also. What you think AI is doing? You know, we're going to have a whole reality of no one ever leaving. They're going to put on some blinders that puts you into an illusion all daggone day. Why the rich get richer? You know.
That is a great point. It was a movie that came out years back, and I thought the movie was great, but it was a bit detached from reality. I said, "There's no way we'll live in this reality." And this movie,
Mm-hmm.
Ready One, and Ready
Mm-hmm.
basically depict the reality that we live in today. And I said, "There's no way
Mm-hmm.
this movie's too far fetched," and we
Mm-hmm.
live in that reality today.
Mm-hmm. We even chasing a false reality. You know, we chase a lot of these kids want to be rappers and ball players, and a lot of them we don't we always promote the young people. Look at the old people after they did all of these things. Like I was watching an article yesterday. Dame Dash is broke. They just took every Dame Dash, and in our era, he was everything. Rockefeller. You looked at Jay-Z and Dame Dash, rich. I want to be like them. These people don't have no pension plans. They don't have no that money don't stay there forever. A lot of these NBA players, they when they old, they broke. A lot of these rappers, when they old, they broke. You
Mm.
understand? They don't tell you that stuff. We be chasing dreams, man. You got your kids out here chasing dreams. This is not reality. It's dreams.
Mm. And that goes back to the point of not knowing what they're living for when they crashing out and making these decisions before
Yeah.
us. You know, I can't
Delusion.
I couldn't imagine uh like, you know, I was looking at my very first case at 19, and I was
Mm-hmm.
away for 3 years. And luckily,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I had a good lawyer and I was able to cut
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to go on to school. But that easily
Mm-hmm.
could have went differently. Easily.
Mhm. Did you read Patrick Torres' comment? She said kids don't even play with toys anymore. I agree.
That is a
Kids,
fact.
yeah, they want to play with you know what they playing? What's that shooting game? What's that shooting game? Um, they got their machine gun, they shooting all day on the game.
Mhm.
Man, that's all they want to do. Play games all day long.
Mhm.
Play games and smoke weed. That's all these kids want to do.
Mhm. I mean, like I said, what we missing from that again is like you said. Well, you said it, intermingling. Like a lot of people, even
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to dating, they don't like and this is telling my age. When
Mm-hmm.
when I go out, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I want to sound like a creep, y'all. But when I see a woman that I like, I will approach. I will talk to her. I know how to talk to the ladies. Again, because of I had to do that. I had to go to parties,
Mm-hmm.
see the one that I like, and go there ready to
Mm-hmm.
do my thing and ready for rejection, ready for whatever type of answer she giving me. I gotta be quick on my toes. I gotta give her that charm within the first just
Mm-hmm.
hello. You know what I mean? So these are the little things that we learn, and this helped me also in business, learning how to
Mm-hmm.
people when doing business. So these are the type of things that a lot of the newer era is missing out on. But they do have the social media down pat. But in the real world, it's still a big detachment that's still needed.
But that's all a scam too. A lot of scams like social media is a funny thing too because you can answer all the questions in the world and still get it wrong.
Hmm.
You know, meet somebody gonna ask you this question, ask question, this question. All you do is lie, and then when
Hmm.
you meet them, you gonna like. There's nothing like meeting people in person and feeling their energy and
Fact,
having conversation. You know, there's nothing like that. You know, there's no computer that can fix that. You know.
bro. I know this is gonna sound. Patrick Torres said that's not being creep. That's being a human. I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. When I go to a club, I turn into Mitch from damn, I can't think of the movie from
Paid in full, paid in full.
Paid in Full. It's like I sit in the car and be like, I love the game,
Hmm.
love the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
the fans still gonna love me, man. Like, cause I love when I'm, again, I'm
Hmm.
to just meeting new women. I love the fact that I'm gonna go into this club and I don't know who I'm gonna talk to. I just know.
People, period. I like to go and talk to people, period. That's why I love to go to New York all the time because that's one of the only places still on this earth that you can go anywhere and people are open to conversation. You know what I'm saying?
In Florida, it's funny because again, my energy when I meet women, they're surprised when
Hmm.
when guys approach. Like at least me, I should say, when I approach them, like,
Hmm.
yo, what's up? You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, yo, I ain't used to guys approaching like that. I'm used to giving out my Instagram. Yeah, I don't even do Instagram give. Give me your number. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
when I hit you, but run them digits. Cause I ain't the Instagram dude. I'm not gonna track down your Instagram. I ain't here to get your followers up, none of that. Give me your number. You know what I'm saying? And we can make something happen. So all right, y'all. Dope, bro, dope. But again, that was all a part of again the disconnect to the kid that we talked about earlier, Maury Pollard, that shot and killed former friend and his father at the gentleman's graduation. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. Again, this segment is brought to you by Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentary, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. Button hyphenated sign snaps.com. That's button hyphenated sign snaps.com. All right, y'all. First hot topic of the night. I want to start off by saying RIP to legendary actor Harris Yulin, born November 5th, 1937. Same birthday as my older brother Miles. Rest in peace to my brother Miles John. But Mr. Yolin, Mr. Harris Yolin, passed away June 10th. Y'all probably best known him for playing the detective in the Scarface movie when Scarface popped him in the gut. Y'all probably know him best for that role, but he's been in a lot of roles throughout his career. And also a RIP to a legendary hip hop analyst, reporter, just an overall person that's just around hip hop. Ananda Lewis, again, born March 21st, 1973. And she just passed away yesterday on the 11th of June. So again,
Hmm.
in peace, and your memories will uphold your memories as best as we can as the human race. The contributions in both music and in acting
Hmm.
be documented.
And most of all, learn from her mistakes. Listen, ladies, get your mammograms. And you're a certain age, you're supposed to get it. She, if nobody knows anything about Ananda Lewis, her mother suffered from cancer, and she didn't want. She was afraid of radiation exposure, so she would not. She didn't believe in mammograms, and she didn't find out she had cancer until she was stage 3. It was
Wow.
too late. And then even then, she didn't want the radiation. She didn't want the chemotherapy. You know what I'm saying? So she tried to do holistic, and she said she regretted it. You know what I'm saying? And it was sad to watch, but it makes you want to have conversations about holistics. You know what I'm saying? You still need to go to the doctor and get checked. You understand? Men too, get your prostate checked, get your colonoscopies. I know people that's had more oil changes on their car than they did than they went to the doctor and checked on themselves and got a physical. You know?
hmm I
So
I agree. I mean, like me personally, I really try to listen to my body, look at what works for me. Meaning, Like most people, they just eat and don't realize that the things that they're eating is not agreeing with.
Mhm.
You got to listen to your body, and also, like my bro said, go to the doctor, get checked up, do
Mhm.
checkups. You just want to catch the
Mhm.
early,
If
so that.
you 50 and better, you should be going 3 times a year to get the checkup. Check your blood work. It ain't gonna kill you. And you work on what you're lacking.
Hmm.
You know, and fix your diet accordingly.
Hmm. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold you, like me personally. I hate going to the doctor. I do have house calls. I have the doctor come once a year, check on a brother, see if I'm good and all that. But I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very uncomfortable, but we do need it. So I'm
Mhm.
not going to be ignorant to the fact that it's not necessary. It's very necessary. Me,
Mhm. You still young though, brother. You still young though. You get a certain age, you got to do it. I'm telling you now, because there's nobody wants to go to the doctor, and now you making life and death decisions. That's all I'm saying. Don't
yeah, that's a.
don't neglect. Like you said, you just said earlier. So I believe God's give messages and everything. You talk about bloating early and stuff like that. Your body gives you warning signs. Do not wait until you're in dire need to go to the doctor. You understand? If you get little warning signs, it ain't gonna kill you to go and see what's off and fix it. You understand?
Hmm. I
Might
agree.
save your life.
I agree. I agree. Again, rest in peace to Harris Yolen and Ananda Lewis. All right, moving on to our next hot topic. Rapper Wale confronts Kai Cenat at BET Awards about a comment that was made